Good morning, everyone. Hello. After a very long time, I've been putting this video up. We'll be dealing with the jurisprudential essence of the Indian Contract Act. Before going into the details of what exactly Indian Contract Act means, I would like to discuss in brief what jurisprudential essence does Indian Contract Act has in it. So, before going into the details, I would like to comment that we have always been studying that rights and duties are co-relationship. So, Indian Contract Act is basically based upon this particular concept that the right and duty are co-relationship, and a perfect right is a right which have a corresponding duty. And in certain laws even we are seeing that the particular law provides for a certain duty which is created by the law itself. But in the law of contract, on the other hand, if we see, so the duties are created by the parties only, and it is created by the mutual consensus of the both of the parties. So whatever rights and duties are analyzed in the Indian Contract Act is basically on the intention of the parties, on the intention of the uh, parties to create the legal relationship in a way. So the law of contract only lays down the general principles upon which rights and duties can be created. It is up to the agreement of the parties which finally determines what exactly the duties are of the parties. Secondly, in law of contract, the rights are in the nature of rights in personam. That is, that the rights are enforceable against a specific person only, a specific person or persons only. So the parties can create the particular rights, but it is the law of the contract which tells us as to when and how the contract will be said to have been breached, or what are the remedies in case a particular contract has been breached by the other party, and who will enforce the particular contract. So, in a sense, we can say that the contract acts create right in personam in the parties. So, thirdly, the next point which I would like to discuss is that we have seen earlier times there used to be trading. The transaction used to be mostly in the form of a barter system. Then later on, the transaction started. Agriculture economy grew, but we were not having any law of contract. As of that point of time. But with the coming of the industrialization and commercialization and liberalization, interdependence grew, and because of that, several contracts were being made, and several goods were exchanges, so services were started. So there was a need to create an contract act whereby the rights and duties of the parties can be defined. So we, with the development of the intellect of the man, and in order to serve the society better, the position came into being of a situation where the people started bargaining with each other. And this is what Henry Maine calls as a shift from status to contract. A shift from status to contract means from individual identity to the particular contract between the parties, particular agreement between the parties. So the greater was the bargaining capacity, the greater will be the exchange of the goods, and hence the greater will be emphasis upon the contract. So Anson has very aptly said contract is the essential child of the commerce. So this particular statement was really correct with regard to Indian Contract Act, because as the transaction started to take place and the exchange of services was started, so there was a need to make some particular law whereby we can easily define the rights and duties of the particular parties, and in case of breach we can the parties can resort to the proper remedies. So on a fourth point, I would like to say that Indian Contract Act essentially relates to freedom of action of individuals. Freedom of action in what senses? In the senses of consensus ad idem between the individuals. It is up to the individuals how they take. It is the discretion of the individuals. They can come on a particular conclusion on a particular point and can do agreement. So this is what exactly the jurisprudential essence of the Indian Contract Act is. So in the later part of the videos, I'll be discussing in detail about what do you mean by contract act or agreement, consideration kya hoti hai. All those aspects we'll be dealing with. So thank you. Please do subscribe to my channel and let me know your comments in the comment section if there is any question or any query which I can do away. I'll be surely dealing with all those questions. Also, if you want me to make a video on some particular aspect or particular topic relating to maybe contract act, constitution law, you can let me know. I am really happy to see the way it is growing. So thank you. Bye.